say it for me?
No.
Hi, and welcome back to All Things Equilateral. Guess who is here with me? My daughter Bella, and we're here to do
the Booktube-A-Thon challenge thing.
TBR. Because we're gonna start Booktube-A-Thon on this Sunday, whatever the heck day it is. I'm so awful at this. Anyway, Bella and I did this last year, I think.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I did this last year by myself. And you know what? It was really, really fun to do the reading challenges with people, and mostly like the, what do you call them? Sprints. Oh, those were really fun. And it got me to read, I didn't read 7 books, but I think I read like 4, which is kind of a miracle for me.
Yeah, I read like 2 or 3, so.
So we're gonna do this year, and the first challenge is a coin toss. Pick 2 books, and then let a coin decide which one you're gonna read. So for me, these two are gonna look familiar because I also used them for the last readathon and I never got to them. Oops. It's Howl's Moving Castle and Witchwood. Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, and this is a classic, you guys, that's about Sophie, who is the eldest of 3 daughters. She has a great misfortune being that. I know that it has like magic, and it's just a book that everyone, including Cassandra Clare, one of my favorite authors, always talks about. So that's book number 1. Book number 2 is Tahar Mafi's Witchwood, and again, it's kind of a folklore story that is, I don't think it's a companion to Furthermore, but I think it's a little more YA, kind of upper middle grade. And I believe this is, whoa, it got dark out there.
Oh my gosh. I'm like I match my shirt. This is good.
I think this is based on kind of Middle Eastern, I think, mythology, so it's different. For me, I really am looking forward to either one of the books.
So my 2 books are Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare and Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan. And yeah, I've wanted to read these for a long time. And this one, what is it about? I don't know. So
it takes up where the Shadowhunters, the original series, The Mortal Instruments, it's kind of a prequel, like their great grandfathers and grandmothers. Victorian times, Shadowhunters. The Institute this time is London and not New York or LA as it is in Dark Artifices. So then you get to meet 3 of the greatest characters Cassandra Clare has ever created: Jem, Tessa, and Will, in that order.
This is actually the 2nd book, so you've already met them.
Oh, it's the 2nd book. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Team Jem, whatever. Team,
I haven't picked one. All right, and The Sword of Summer is about a kid named Magnus who has been living on the streets for about 2 years, and his uncle, who was warned about by his mother, comes up to him and starts talking to him about Norse mythology and all that. So yeah,
that's so cool. That's like a different mythology.
It is
to both of us, because I think, you know, public schools, they teach Greek and Roman, that's about it. So okay.
They don't even teach Greek or Roman, like barely.
A little bit of Egyptian, a little tiny bit. I went to that night, the Egyptian night. Anyway.
No, we had to do the research on that though. That wasn't the teachers.
They
did nothing.
Okay, so ready? Which one's going to be heads?
Clockwork Prince's heads and Magnus Chase's tails.
Here we go. You want to toss it? Want me to toss it?
Well, you have to say which one's heads or tails.
Oh. Heads, Howl's Moving Castle. Tails, Witchwood.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I don't know how to fling this, so.
Fling it however.
Fling.
Doesn't hit my head.
It's tails.
So it's Witchwood for me and
Magnus Chase for me.
Okay, the next prompt, do we call them prompts? Challenge, is read a book about something you want to do. I'm so curious about this for you. What do you want to do? Oh my gosh. I love this. Go ahead.
I picked Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter because the characters deal with they're like related to the president and a lot of politics and stuff, and I want to be involved in law and politics when I grew up, so Yeah.
It's about a president's son and a Secret Service's daughter. They've known each other, literally they've grown up with each other all their lives, and then something bad happens. Let's just say that. It is a standalone by one of our favorite authors, Allie Carter.
Yes.
So, mine is Felicity Hayes McCoy, The Library at the Edge of the World. Because, you know, we get to reinvent ourselves as we go through life, and I really want to be involved in libraries somehow, maybe a librarian or a literacy advocate. I don't even know, you guys, but I think it's a shame that more people don't read. So this book is about a woman named Hannah Casey who drives a mobile library. Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. From little villages in Ireland. That's all I'm going to say. So, sounds so much like me. I want to go to Ireland and drive a little mobile library around.
Yeah.
And this one has political ambitions.
You could say.
This next challenge was really hard for me. Was it hard for you?
I mean, I just had to think of like, what book haven't I read that has a movie?
Ah, well, I made things more complex as usual. So, read and watch a movie adaptation of the book that you just read. So there's a lot of movie adaptations coming out. The Hate You Give is one, and Alexandra Bracken's Darkest Minds is coming out in just like a week or so. I have not read either of those books, and I thought about it, but my heart is always in chicklet land, and a book came out that was a sequel that I got, I think, in May, birthday month haul. It's When Life Gives You Lululemons by Lauren Weisberger, and this is a sequel to her book called The Devil Wears Prada. And I've read that book and I've seen the movie already, but I want to read the sequel and then rewatch the movie with my girls.
Yay!
Yeah, rom-coms.
And the book I chose was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This is about a girl who has lung cancer and a boy who
Bone cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, they meet and fall in love? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The tagline was "One Sick Love Story" when the movie came out. Did you know that?
Oh God, that's cruel.
Anyway, Kat and I have watched the movie, and Bella has not, and she hasn't read the book yet. So both Kat and I have great adaptation, as most of you know, who have watched it. So very faithful. Awesome.
I hear it's very sad, so this should be fun.
Shh, no spoilers for Bella. So the next challenge is read a book with green on the cover. I love these challenges because basically you can pick from any genre. So I picked a book that I've been wanting to read, Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell, and I haven't read yet, also super short, so every chance of me finishing this.
Alright, and the book I picked is The Burning Maze by Rick Riordan, and it's the third installment in the Trials of Apollo series, and that series is about the god Apollo, who did something to anger the god Zeus, and he is now mortal and has to go on quests to become a god again.
Both of the girls love Percy Jackson's series and then the continuation series. I read the first two Percy's. I've got to go back, and they were so well written, and my girls love them, so good choice.
You're on the third book. It's the best.
So she promises. I do need to. The audiobooks were really good.
I haven't listened to the audiobooks. All right, next is...
Oh, you know, busy mom. School's about to start. We're 1 week away from stool starting. Stop. We're 1 week away from school starting, and we haven't even been up to the lake yet. So I'm hoping next week we go to the lake. I wear this stupid silly hat and read my book. Oh, look, it's a beach hat. See? Read my book. Oh, looking like the cover, not.
Oh, wait, is this the thumbnail?
No, it can be.
Let's do it.
I mean, look at this hat, you guys. It's an embarrassment to my girls.
Yeah.
And I love yours.
It's just
Simple little baseball hat. Not mom. Go big or go home.
I mean, I won't lose you.
So I am doubling up as you can, because let's face it, me reading 7 books. And I'm gonna read the Lululemon book for this challenge.
And I'm reading yet another Rick Riordan book, The Lost Hero. Now, I've already read this. I've read the entire Heroes of Olympus series, but I want to reread it. So here we are.
So the next challenge is read a book with a pretty spine.
I picked Legendary by Stephanie Garber for this challenge because I really like Carpool and I really want to read it. And also it has a really pretty spine.
It is.
Because it's like shiny.
The covers on those books are so, so beautiful. I picked, no surprise here, Sophie Kinsella. I have not read this one and I haven't. It surprised me. But my girl, chick lit queen that she is, Sophie Kinsella. It's about a couple who decides to insert surprises into their marriage. It's a Sophie Kinsella book, it's gonna be good. And oh, the spine, it's just a pretty color with the hearts. It picks up from the front. I could have gone with Tahara Mafi's Witchwood, which also has a super pretty spine, but I thought it's time for another chick lit read. So the last challenge is read 7 books in a week. This is gonna be a challenge, all right. My book is one that I'm actually starting a little bit early because it's absolutely freaking massive. And I don't know why, because the author wrote one of my favorite series, The Wayward Children, Sean and McGuire. This book is 440 pages long, y'all, and the other books are like barely 200. But the premise of this, it's Into the Drowning Deep. She writes under the name Mira Grant, and this is about I think it's a ship called the Atargatis that set off on a voyage to the Mariana Trench to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures of legend. It was lost at sea with all hands. Some have called it a hoax, others have called it a tragedy. Now a new crew has been assembled. Some seek to validate their life's work, some seek the greatest hunt of all, some seek the truth. But for the ambitious young scientist Victoria Stewart, this is a voyage to uncover the fate of the sister she lost. Dun 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 dun, a thriller at sea. I'm so in the mood for this.
Alright, and I am reading Clockwork Prince, which was one of my books in the coin toss, but I decided to pick it for this because I really want to read this book.
She's so clever. I love her so much. So let us know down below what you're going to choose to have as your Booktube-A-Thon TBR. That was a mouthful. I know, the giggles. Okay. And, you know, just let's make this week coming up a fun week of just giving into reading books. I loved Ariel Bissett's video. I'm going to link it because she was the creator of Booktube-A-Thon, where she said, let's just celebrate reading. We have been to our used bookstore twice this week. I think we have plans. Barnes & Noble has a coupon, you guys. Coupon? We're so excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
We have to shop for snacks and stuff. Anything to add, Bella?
Thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe and cut.
And click the bell icon to know, because say it with me, you guys, you never know when I'm going to post. That's how I end this these days. Oh. And then you go, cut.
I like the cut.
Perfect.